every time though when somebody calls you fat, it's almost like they say it in a verse whereby they feel like if I say it this way, it's definitely gonna just kill her. You know, they say it with emotions like, oh my god, you're so fat.
I knew this was coming, and yet
I knew the tears were coming, but I did not know they were coming this soon.
Do you get offended when people comment on how confident you are?
it depends.
Sometimes, here and there.
I get it. You love my confidence, I inspire you, you know, because of it's something that the world isn't used to. The world isn't used to celebrating bodies like mine and appreciate them in a good light.
Confidence is like an asset, and it's a good thing to have. But if you look at the context of the world, it becomes weird when people like applaud you for being confident, because the basis of that is fatphobic, because they're saying that you shouldn't be.
It's like, you're so confident for a big girl. Why for a big girl? Why am I not just confident for myself?
Sometimes I would literally just be posting a picture of my body or of myself. It's not that deep. Same way you would go to Bonak's pictures and say I love that set. How many I love your confidence comments do you see on Bonak's pictures and on Lisa's pictures? Spot the difference. So is it really about the confidence?
People will be very surprised, like, oh my god, you look like that and you love yourself? What's wrong with her? She should not. Yeah, there's just like a level of surprise that people have if you are confident, or if you are just like fine with how you look in your body.
I don't know, why am I confident for a big girl? Why am I just not confident in general? Like, hello? Period.
Sometimes I'm even just thirst trapping, bro. Like I'm just like I'm literally just trying to get somebody said to look at me and be like, ooh, you know? It's not that deep. It's not about to inspire you. I'm just thirst trapping, guys.
On the scale of offensive things that people say that are fatphobic, calling someone confident isn't the worst. It's rooted in something that's bad, but like on the scale, it's not the worst thing you can say.
How do you feel about representation for your body type in the media?
Minuscule.
Representation matters.
Representation is gak.
I think I don't often see bodies like mine in the media. Maybe I haven't looked enough, but for the most part, I don't see it, and I would really like to see it. Like, I think it would make a big difference.
Whoever said you can't be what you can't see was right. The same goes for women, the same goes for black people, the same goes for like curvy, thick, plus size, whatever you want to call it. Like, just having a better visual diet on screen.
Like Anele, I loved her growing up. I used to listen to her 24/7, guys. And like, now I see her on celebrity game nights and I'm like, wow, you know, like she can do it, I can do it. But there's only 1 in like 10 that look like me.
I feel like the media still has the idea of a plus size woman is the one that has the, you know, she has the bum, she has the curves, but her stomach has to be flat, her thighs have to be put together and they have to be tight.
There's still a lot of work to be done in terms of showing a range of bodies on screen. So we already know the one side is like people who are the size 0 or very skinny or look the European standard of attractive. So now we need to get into people who don't necessarily fit that prototype.
We want to see real, we want to see plus size there, whereby we see a woman that has a stomach that's hanging, because that's real plus size women. Those are real, the women that we see every day on the street.
I love name brands. Yes, I said it. Christian Dior, you know. I don't see women my size on the runway there. I don't see them in like elite, high name brands.
I really appreciate like plus size content creators, especially in the fashion industry. So I have like a favorite influencer. Her name is Yolisa, and she's just like iconic with what she's doing with like her fashion and everything. And like sometimes she's sexy, sometimes she is sophisticated, and she has like found a way of like really showing us that, like, you know, being a plus size person doesn't mean that you can't wear certain things. Whatever you want to wear, you can find it and wear it.
Even looking at film, like there are very few characters that are plus size, and even when they are, it's not just that they're there, it's how they're portrayed as well, right?
The fat girl will always be that one that starts off as like she's so insecure, you know, she doesn't feel beautiful until a man comes into her life.
You're always either the comedic relief, or you're overly sexualized. There's often never like a middle.
Can I not be the big shot lawyer that calls the shots in the movie, you know, and I'm the main character and I'm just calling the shots? Or can we have a fat girl that's the mean girl?
The level of desirability isn't there for plus size characters. So they get to be sexualized and people want to sleep with them, but they don't necessarily want to be in love with them. And that part also has to change. So it's not just putting people there, it's like making them three-dimensional as well.
Do you think thick women are sexualized? Yes!
The more comfortable we get with ourselves, the more sexualized we are.
I actually like have a big problem with this because I think that often plus sized people are not visible in our society, and they're only visible to the extent of their ability to be used for commercial purposes.
I hate that my body's now sexualized because big bum, small waist, big titties, and it's like all these surgeries that are getting done, do you boo, but at the same time it's like there are real struggles of women who have that body type, and we've just been going through it.
Even in the idea of being sexualized, a lot of the time that can be not so much public, so there's still a level of fat phobia in how thick women are sexualized. So they won't necessarily, like, people will be loved in secret, or like there's a weird level of shame.
Sometimes the men just tend to be like, I just wanna like just one time feel how it's that, and they have this thing, men will be like, oh, you know, you're the first big girl I've dated, and I'm just like, do you want a prize, or like what's supposed to happen now? Is that like a compliment? Oh, congratulations, good for you, you know?
So when you do see plus size women in advertising or on TV, in the media, whatever, it's often in relation towards like how attractive she can come across in terms of whatever they're trying to sell, or what type of show she's on, you know, the work she's doing. So I think that type of visibility is structured around the sexual appeal of the person.
Again, if we go on the internet and we're showing off our bodies, it feels like we are asking for people to look at us like, oh, look at me, look at me. You've seen this 1,000 times. It's all you've known. You've seen naked women on TV all your life. It's nothing new. Just because of I'm doing it now, it does not make it different.
I've seen many body positive activists own the word fat and use it to describe themselves. Personally, I'm not there yet. Do you find the word fat insulting, or have you embraced the term? I like the word fat.
Personally, it depends on the context in which the word is used.
The word fat is interesting for me because it's always like been very hateful. Deep respect for people who have been able to like reclaim it and just kind of own it. I personally still have like a level of discomfort about it.
I know of one lady also that I follow that started owning the word Stodla. You know, she calls herself Queen Stodla. So it's one of those things that if because of the word fat has always been used to torment fat kids growing up, like fat kids. If somebody call you Stodla or Bomba or whatnot, it was like, you know what?
The connotations of it are not pretty. Growing up with that word wasn't nice.
We are, I feel like, as the big community or the fat people community, if there's a thing, we've come to a point whereby we owning the word. Like, you can call me fat, yes, and what we say, yes, I am fat, and your point is,
I think any word that a person uses for themselves automatically has more power, in the sense of that it is the person's own narrative, it is the person's own chosen way to describe themselves.
In this case, it depends on how it's said and if it's harmful. But usually if it's being said to somebody else, then it more often than not is harmful.
The power dynamics and the context of how that is used is very different to walking into like a family gathering and one of your aunts calling you fat. You know, that kind of has a very different power dynamic, and that is not structured around the way the person sees themselves. It's around how other people choose to see you.
Every time though, when somebody calls you fat, it's almost like they say it in a voice whereby they feel like, if I say it in this way, it's definitely gonna just kill her. You know, they say it with emotions like, oh my god, you're so fat, and I'm just there like, I'm so confused. You're pointing out a fact, obviously, and was that meant to destroy me?
The word itself, I don't think it's offensive, because it's just a description of a body, you know, and what it could be like, and fat is a specific thing.
When people are being empowering, it's fine, but when people are being hateful, then it's not fine, because like impact is always higher than intention. But the words are words. That's fine. More power to the people who want to use them.
Do you have any advice for curvy girls and women in general struggling with their body image?
Oh yeah, this one's gonna make me cry.
One thing I'll tell you is just the journey is not easy. It's not easy at all. Because like I said, you wake up one day and you have bad days, but it depends on how you pick yourself up from that.
If you want to lose weight, lose the weight. If you want to stay where you are, stay where you are. If you want to gain weight, gain weight. But just be happy with who you are and always choose yourself.
I think people chase an ideal body type, but they also sometimes chase a version of themselves that they used to look like. So people will be like, oh, I used to look like this. Baby, you're 30, you shouldn't look like you did at 21. Like, you're fine. You're beautiful.
Find things that you feel good in, and find things that make you feel not just comfortable, but also supported, and also that you feel sexy in.
Like, oh no, I'll wear a bikini when I'm smaller. Sis, you see the corona, right? It's wiping everybody out. So now you're there waiting for a six-pack. You're there waiting for a six-pack. Next thing tomorrow you have corona and you're gone, sis. You didn't wear the bikini. you don't wear, so wear the bikini today. My advice personally, just wear the bikini today.
It took one of my friends actually shopping with me and showing me that I am a much smaller size than what I think I am, because I used to just cover everything up, you know. And I think that when you find things that you feel comfortable in and that you feel sexy in, like, you automatically become more confident.
Be your own definition of beauty. Be your own idea of what beauty looks like, because the standard that the social media has created is impossible. Even the people who created that standard of beauty can't even keep up with it. So you decide what beautiful looks like to you, and make that enough for yourself.
People will probably be hateful, because that's what people do, but find soft places for you to land.
Surround yourself with people that appreciate you, people that love you, even with partners, even like sexually. Engage in sexual intercourse with people that are actually, that love your body. You know, you don't want to be with a man or a girl that's gonna make you feel uncomfortable, somebody that's not gonna touch all of you, because it's gonna leave you with questions you don't have answers to.
Make sure you don't have friends who compare themselves to you to make themselves feel better. Because because then it's gonna make you feel kind of like, oh, okay, I'm the fat friend, or I'm the big friend, to make the skinny friend feel better about their weight journey.
You can pursue the style you want. Don't ever feel like you don't have the type of body that goes with the type of style you like. Literally, clothes are made for bodies. We do not make our bodies for clothes.
And also, you know, tomorrow's a different day, so don't carry everything at once. Just kind of take it as it comes.
Choose yourself. Always choose you. In the morning when you wake up, choose you. So yeah.
That's on period. That's on
on
exclamation
period.
mark, actually.